Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope. And this one's for you, Libra. May is going to be a great month for teaching, learning, as well as shifting your perspective. We've got much of this month's astrology in the air sign of Gemini, which really lends some supporting energies to Libra Sun or rising people. As May begins, you might be focusing on an important relationship or financial matter, and you're poised for a psychological breakthrough. There's a lot of good energy coming your way. Now, on May 15th, we'll enter the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. That's coming up. Official dates May 29th to June 22nd. However, as early as the 15th, you could start to feel things slowing down. It's not going to be the best time after that date to initiate new agreements. I would try to make your most important decisions early in the month. Get things nailed down with your planning so that you can spend the second part of the month following through with predetermined plans. And the second part of the month, as we approach that Mercury retrograde, is also really good for activities such as research, writing, editing, and any kind of contemplative practice. So there's a lot that you can do. I would plan to streamline your schedule towards the end of the month and focus on tasks that you can accomplish on your own, because coordinating with others may prove to be a little more cumbersome, shall we say. So we've got the sun shining in Taurus through May the 19th. This energy is really going to lend some stability to intimate partnerships, and long-term planning is supported, like I was saying, during the early part of the month, especially when it comes to your finances. Now, on the 20th, the sun will move into Gemini, and this is going to really spark your innate curiosity. You may suddenly feel a quest for knowledge, and you might want to learn something new, take a class, as well as share your expertise with others. It's a really good time for exchanging information. Now, we've got Venus entering the sign of Gemini on May the 8th. Venus is going to stay in Gemini all the way through June 1st. So this is going to be a great month to nurture relationships and exchange information, as I mentioned. You're probably going to feel most connected with others through meaningful conversation and the act of learning something new together. It can really freshen up stagnant energies within relationships, getting that new perspective, as I mentioned. Now, May 11th is a new moon. It's at 21 degrees of Taurus, and you can use the power of this new moon to set intentions related to intimate partnerships, business alliances, grounding spiritual practices, if you've been trying to set that up for yourself, and psychological healing is a big one. So this is a great new moon to do all that, set those intentions. Know that the days between May 11th and May 14th are the best days in the month for new beginnings. We'll have that burst of new moon energy and still be outside the shadow phase of Mercury retrograde. It's a real sweet spot in the month. Now, let's look at our first eclipse of 2021. Very exciting. It's on May 26th, a full moon lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Sagittarius. If you've been struggling with some indecision, you can use the power of this full moon eclipse to focus on what's right for you. Now, the important thing is to acknowledge that everyone is on their own path. You may have kind of an epiphany or a breakthrough for yourself that you feel very enthusiastic about, and it could be tempting to try to get everybody to see things in this new way that you've discovered. Just recognize this may be very personal for you. And it will be important to let other people have their own realizations around this time. There could be a tendency in general for everyone to want to be either, right and call the other person wrong, this either or mentality, when really it's more about just sticking to what feels absolutely true for you. So avoid letting those around you influence you, and in turn, don't try to push your views on others. This way, I think you'll be able to make the most of this lunar eclipse energy. If you want to learn more about it and all of the eclipses of 2021, check out my video called Eclipses of 2021. I lay out the main themes for each of this year's 4 eclipses. This is just going to be the first one. So I hope you can check that out. It's on the channel here. Have a wonderful month of May. Be safe and be well. And I will see you here next month with your horoscope.